Damn, it's your boy ZEL back with another vid, man. This vid right here, we gonna be checking out one of my favorite One Piece content creators right here. They Top T. We gonna be checking them out. They talking about if they only had one fight, they only got to see one fight between the two. Who would they want to see? Luffy, Blackbeard, or Luffy, Emu? Now, I'm Emu, and I'm gonna get down to why I'm Emu. But first, I want to play a little bit of the short little timestamp clips for y'all. Let's get it. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. Fair use, and hopefully they don't copyright my claim. And I'm not sending like no like. This is not bad intentions behind this or anything. I'm just giving my opinion on it too. Let's get it.
There we go. Sorry, guys. What up, my top boys? And all of my Nakama waiting in the voice chat. Y'all need to quiet down a little bit so I can hit you.
They be having some crazy takes. Like he gonna have some crazy takes. So check it out.
My question for you guys is this. We have so many candidates to be the final opponents for Luffy, end of series, Emu, Blackbeard. Who would you guys prefer to be if you could only fight one of them? Like, if he fought Emu, he couldn't fight Blackbeard. If he fought Blackbeard, he couldn't fight Shanks, et cetera, et cetera.
If he fights one, he can't fight any of the others?
Correct. Who would you guys pick?
Oh, man. It's gotta be Blackbeard for me. It's gotta be Blackbeard.
And this is my disagreements right here with Sad.
Emu's still
They call it
relatively
that.
new to me anyway. It's been a while since he was introduced or she was introduced or whatever, but Blackbeard low-key the whole reason I started watching One Piece, for real. They told me what went down between Ace and Blackbeard and
Listen, man.
set it off to make Marine
Listen,
Ford
man.
happen.
This is gonna sound kind of racist, but I don't care.
Let's get up to the my argument.
Yo,
That's not true.
Trey, yo,
That's not true.
bro.
Let's get to
You
it.
can't tell me what I prefer.
Emu disappeared right now. He wouldn't care, bro, about Blackbeard, bro.
Especially
Straight up.
The only reason you have it is because Luffy and Blackbeard met.
For Luffy's
All right, it's
over
right
his
here.
head up with one of them.
I'm sorry, Sad. It's gotta be me for me.
It is for me
I've
also.
never been able to vibe with Blackbeard even when he came out, and I still like One Piece, great character and everything. But when I saw Ian, I felt like, oh shit. I'm sorry, oh crap. I'm sorry, forgive me. But I was like, oh crap. I've always got Ian as higher level fatty than Blackbeard. Because the Blackbeard, oh, I just want to be a country. That kind of was like, good man.
Trash. Trash.
Really?
Yeah.
I
He just
mean,
want to own
I
country.
feel ya, and I
but
agree
trust
that
me,
emu is higher stakes. I've never said that. That wasn't the case. I just prefer the personal story between Luffy and Blackbeard over this
No, you don't.
world.
No,
I
you
do.
don't.
You can't tell me what I prefer.
Emu
To me, there is not no super deep history story between Luffy and Blackbeard. I'm gonna get into that. To me, that there's none. But let's
disappeared
let
right
him
now. He
finish.
wouldn't care, bro, about Blackbeard, bro.
Especially
Straight up.
The only reason you have it is because Luffy and Blackbeard met and Emu and Luffy didn't yet.
Bro,
But I'm telling you right now, if
nah,
they
it's
met,
not just that, bro.
it's switching.
Yo, y'all understand if Luffy and Blackbeard never fight, the One Piece story is actually trash?
No.
No,
That's not true.
Alright, yo,
I
That's
disagree.
not true.
bro, this is a
You might get a
chapter epic that
Yo.
you
revolves
might get a little points off, but that's not no.
around these
Yo,
two people.
yo, you're glazing, bro.
It's
No,
not.
I'm not.
You're
Yo,
glazing, bro.
There's no 1,000 chapter story between Luffy and Blackbeard. Blackbeard is rarely shows up in the story at all. Most of the things that happen with him is off screen. It's like literally off screen. I'm gonna get to why Luffy's history with Emu will be much greater. I'm gonna get into that.
y'all are minimizing Blackbeard's impact on the story for real.
Y'all may say we ain't seen Emu like that. I'm gonna explain to you exactly why.
Emu, take it out.
Yo, this is crazy.
Just take it
I
out,
got
bro.
the
Bro,
perfect
Bro.
analogy.
Jesus.
Y'all are telling me that Emu could pop up in chapter 800, whatever the hell chapter it was, and be like, oh, I'm the big bad at the top of this world or whatever, and everything that Blackbeard set into motion and did before that, it doesn't matter anymore. We can never have any result for that at all. That's what y'all are trying to tell me right now. That everything that happened with Ace, with Whitebeard, with being a D-Clan member, with all of the storyline that goes into that, it doesn't matter. Luffy and Blackbeard could never fight, and y'all wouldn't care?
Whitebeard was gonna pass away at Marineford
Oh
before
my
Blackbeard.
Him being a D doesn't matter as much to me. I care more for the D and their story with the Celestial Dragons. Like Dofi said that the D's are the main enemy of the Celestial Dragons.
Blackbeard even
God,
cared.
I care
bro.
more for
But
that
like,
than I
That's
do
not
the
that's not what I'm
Blackbeard thing.
saying.
Yeah, but Sebastian, all no. But you're thinking it one way. Yes, it was still impact story, but you're saying trash. But now,
Yeah, trash is
now,
crazy.
Trash.
all right,
It would
all
be
right,
trash.
Trash?
Sebastian,
Listen, you know how
Nah.
much built up this is?
Sebastian. All right,
This is
It's not
insane.
that
Sebastian.
built
All right,
up.
now look. All right, but now you, but now you gotta reverse it. Luffy only takes out Blackbeard, but Emu's still there, and Luffy never deals with Emu.
Yo, but that's why I literally said
How's
I
that
can
story
have
gonna be?
Dragon be the one that takes out Emu. I can have that.
Garbage. That is garbage. None. I'm huge proponent of Dragon. I think Dragon should fight with Luffy at the end to fight Emu, but I don't want to see him and Emu and Luffy never gets to deal with him. I'm gonna go into why that is. I'm just letting him break down
I can
his
still have
argument.
that
That would
happen.
be trash.
It would still be trash. It would
That
be,
would
but
be
it wouldn't be
trash.
as trash.
No,
It would be anywhere near as
What are
trash.
we talking
No,
about?
Oh
Sebastian, you
man,
know why?
yo,
Sebastian, because like, all right,
yo, this is
Sebastian,
wild.
you're talking about Luffy fulfilling his dream. Right after the emus in pretty much acceptance to all three of them. How you gonna say that Luffy became Pirate King and is greater than Roger, which you said, right? If Blackbeard's his endgame opponent, how's he in achieving all three dreams when he didn't want to achieve it? His father did it for him. How you gonna say he's greater than Roger and is end of the story and he's
Hold on,
He's
hold on.
absolutely
There's
correct. Absolutely
someone else is
correct.
But hold on, there's no way for Luffy to be that if he doesn't take both of them out. But if I can only get one, that's the point of the question. If I can only get one, I need the more personal one. That's my point. Yo, Luffy's new dream, where it's all about everybody else in the world, the entire story has been me watching Luffy crash out over the things he cares about personally to him.
Alright, so he goes on to describe how he believes that it's been an epic him and Blackbeard and all this, and it personally matter. Luffy don't care about Blackbeard, bro. We didn't even get introduced to Blackbeard until it hit the hundreds and episodes. He act like we saw Blackbeard in the first episode and they were rivals. Luffy has more of a history with Buggy than he does with Blackbeard. Like, do y'all remember? Y'all remember after the Marine Corps, right? And y'all remember when Luffy was about to set back out on his journey and all that, and Jinbei started telling him. He started telling him what happened in the 2 years he was gone, and he explained that Blackbeard became a Yonko. Luffy didn't really care. He was like, "Oh, he didn't really care about Blackbeard. It didn't mean anything to him. He didn't care." When he mentioned, then he had mentioned that Akainu, he became the fleet admiral. What did Luffy do? Luffy has more of a history with Akainu than he does Blackbeard. What did he do? When he mentioned that, Luffy rubbed his chest. He felt that scar on his chest and he said, "That guy." Yeah. He has more something with Akainu than he does with Blackbeard. He's seen Akainu kill Ace in front of him. He literally seen him kill him in front of him. Then, if you go a little deeper, who is at the head of all of that, right? At the head of all that. Now I'm gonna give my analogy, bro. But let me just let him finish this up. I'm gonna give my analogy right after this.
The most. For us to be like, all right, the most personal storyline, the most personal beef that you have, we're gonna push that to the side so
That's
we can have
not
this
his personal beef.
overarching story and fight this other dude. That's not One Piece. That is not. That's literally not the story. Like literally, it's not what the story
You
is.
think Luffy's beef for Blackbeard is more than what it is?
Oh man, bro.
Yeah, it really is.
No,
Yeah,
That's exactly what it
You
is.
see it this
he
way,
do.
but Luffy does not feel that rage that you feel towards Blackbeard.
No,
He doesn't.
No, and I know he doesn't. That's why I said I need him to take Shanks out so we can get that. I'm adding elements.
See, he adding stuff because he's right. Blackbeard is more of a Shanks rival and opponent than he is Luffy. Luffy does not care for White Blackbeard at all. Shanks is the one who brought Blackbeard up. He the one who introduced us to all of this. Ace said he was chasing him. Then we see Shanks go and talk to Whitebeard about Blackbeard, and he tells him, "Call Ace off. He's not ready to deal with no one like that, and I got the scars to prove it." They the ones who need each other. When he stopped Marine for, what did he say to Teach? He said, "You want to go ahead and Teach?" And Blackbeard laughed and he said, "You look as handsome as ever. Even with the scars, they suit you well." It's more of a rival between him and Shanks than it is him and Luffy. Him and Luffy have nothing. Then I'm gonna go into my analogy, right? And then we can end like this video. But my analogy is having Luffy not fight Emu is like having Goku not fight Frieza at the end of the Namek arc. And I'm gonna break it down. In the same way, Frieza was the main reason why everything happened with Goku happened, right? He's the main reason why it happened. You think of everything from Dragon Ball all the way up to the Namek arc, which is where the series originally was going to end at. They just added more to there. He just added more to there. It was going to originally end with that arc. And the same way Frieza is the reason all of that happened, Emu is the reason why everything that is happening today in One Piece is happening. The main antagonist of Luffy was always the world government. He always was fighting them. That was always the main antagonist in his way. They always was. He always had a problem. He said, if I gotta be the Pirate King, I have to be the freest. In order to be the freest, who's stopping him from being that? It's the world government. Yeah, you got other pirates that's on their way also getting in the way, but they are basically just like stepping stones to him getting to that point where he needs to take out that governing body, which needs to be taken out. Emu is that he's the reason why there's a void century. The reason why the past 1,000 years we know nothing. He erased it all. He's the one who did that to Joy Boy. He's the reason for the prophecy. All that, all of it go down. And if you want to go deeper, who's behind all the boundaries? It all leads back to Emu. All of it, whatever Emu is, it all leads back. That being that we know as Emu is the one behind the bounties. That person is the reason Ace had a bounty and got captured by Whitebeard and Blackbeard and then got killed by Akainu. He's the reason for it all. It's all behind him. Now, to say that you don't want him, that's like saying I don't want him to deal with Frieza. I'd rather just see the fight with Goku and Vegeta. And Blackbeard is not even Vegeta to Luffy. He's not like how Vegeta was that guy for Goku. He's not that guy for Luffy at all. He's a weaker version of what Rox was to Roger going on and becoming a Pirate King. If he's going to be greater than Roger, which has to happen for Luffy in order for him to be the greatest pirate or whatever we want to know him as, he has to get be greater than Roger, bro. The only way he's doing that is he finds that One Piece and then he goes a step above and deal with the person who's the reason behind it all, which is Emu. Emu is the one who took Latel and all that shit off the map. He's the one who did all that. That being is the one who did all that. The story all goes behind him. So that's like having an incomplete end to me. And then he goes on to say that Blackbeard is like how Pain is. No, he's not Pain. Blackbeard, if anything, he's a weaker version of Orochimaru. Whereas you got Emu, as I said, who is Frieza. Everything that went down goes back to him. We need Luffy to take him out. So if it's one fight that I want to see, it's him versus Emu. I don't want to see. I don't care to see him versus Blackbeard as much as I care to see that. Kid is more of a rival to Luffy than he is to Blackbeard. You remember when Kid, when they was leaving away from Wano, and he said y'all could go the safer route and all of this and that. They got into way more than him and Blackbeard did. We only got one scene with him and Blackbeard, really. That one scene when they was in the restaurant. Yes, he's the reason why that happened to Ace. He captured Ace, but the main reason that happened to Ace is Emu. All of that is. I want to know the story. What happened during that time? What happened with the what we know as the mythical Nika devil fruit and all of that? I need to know the prophecy. I need to know all of this. What happened with Joy Boy and all that? And the only way we get that is if Luffy go past Emu. I need that Emu fight. I need him to take him out. I don't care for the Blackbeard one as much. If I don't get Blackbeard versus Luffy, but I get Blackbeard versus Emu, I'm way more satisfied. Now, would I like to see Luffy take on Blackbeard? Yeah, but He only want to be a king of a country, really. He don't even want to be king of the world like how Rocks was. He's built up to be the next generation Rocks, but he don't have that it factor. He don't have it, bro. That make me want to see it. I would want to see that fight with Goldie, Roger, and Rocks before I would want to see that fight with Luffy and Blackbeard. They don't have anything really connecting them. I would rather see Shanks and Blackbeard fight it out. And y'all stay tuned. I got another fight that I need to happen too, or that I want to see to happen to prove Mihawk, put Mihawk up there. But yeah, this is just my video, bro. I believe Emu means much more. Cause at that certain point, my analogy, going back to my analogy, we never saw Frieza, bruh. All through Dragon Ball, when he was a kid, up to Dragon Ball Z, when we first heard the name Frieza, we never seen him. But he was way more of an important. He was way more of an important figure. Sorry about that. My headset went out. This thing is stupid. He was way more of an important figure than anyone else in that up to that point that we seen. I would say Frieza still had the biggest contribution to the story of Dragon Ball than any other villain because he's the original reason why Goku got set on his journey. No Frieza, you get no Goku with Roshi. Him being taught to always train because there's always someone stronger. We get none of that without no Frieza. In the same way, we get none of that without Frieza. We don't get a Luffy wanting to be a pirate, wanting to be free, needing to do all the things he do. The liberation he been doing all over the world of One Piece. None of that exists without Emu, bruh. He is ultimate dictatorship and rulership, and Luffy is ultimate freedom. These two must clash. They must clash. He's the embodiment of control, dictatorship, and all that. Luffy is the embodiment of freedom and liberation. They gotta fight. Blackbeard don't hold as much to the story of One Piece as they do, as Emu. So I'm gonna disagree with Sab, but I respect you guys. I love y'all channel. I watch it all the time. That'll be it for this vid. If y'all enjoyed it, please like, share, sub. If y'all have your own opinions on the matter, comment them down below. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.